Happy New Year, YouTube. It is 2025. You haven't seen me on this channel in forever, but I'm kind of back. Yeah. What's up? If it's been a minute, you haven't seen me in forever, you forgot who I was. I'm Hadia Dashe. I'm your Fairy Glow Mother, and I'm the owner of Fairy Glow Mother and Glowdega, which is located in Oakland, California. I'm a licensed esthetician, and yes, I do give skin tips, some skincare advice, but I do so in a way that is very brand agnostic. I'm not here to really sell you a bunch of products. I am not a saleswoman. I'm just here to give you good advice that you can adapt for you and make work for you. Cool? Cool. I'm back on YouTube today for two reasons. One, I want to make sure that you are tuning in and listening to my new podcast, which is called PORE CHOICES. It is a solo podcast hosted by me that you can listen to right now today on YouTube, on Apple Podcasts, on Spotify, wherever you listen to your podcast. And the other reason I'm here today, though, is to give you some tips, to give you some updated advice, if you will, for glowing up in 2025 and beyond. This year will actually be, I believe, my 8th year. No. This year will be my 9th year in beauty, and it'll be my 7th year. Oh my gosh, I don't know how to count. This will be my 7th year in business. So I just really want to update some things I've said. This YouTube channel kind of grew with me in the beginning, but now I understand things a little bit better. I also, since the last time you've seen me, I've started pursuing a master's in skin biology and dermatological sciences. So I've got a little bit more knowledge in me, and I just want to share that all with you. So right now, I actually want you to pull out your notebook because class is in session. I want you to be taking notes. I'm going to just drop a lot of information on you. Grab a pen, grab a notebook, let's get ready. I'm going to try to make this as brand agnostic as possible because if you were really listening and taking notes, you know that this information is going to apply no matter the brand. Before I dive into the specifics, I want you all to embrace how unique you are by not following a random stranger on the internet and their skincare routine word for word, bar for bar. We're not doing any more of that in 2025. What works for them works for them, okay? You are completely different. You're unique. What works for somebody else may not work for you, and that's okay. It doesn't have to, okay? I also want to acknowledge that your skin is a living and breathing organ, and it is going to change and grow through seasons just like you, okay? So something that is working for you today may not work for you tomorrow, no matter how much you love it. It could be your favorite. Your skin can say, I've had enough. It's time for something else. I want you to hold space for that and acknowledge that and be okay with moving on. You know, there are products that I have loved over the years that just no longer suited me. I had to move on. It happens. That's okay. And lastly, I want to say that while free advice from YouTube is fantastic, especially if you're getting it from me, it does not replace a licensed professional who can look at your skin with their own eyes and more than likely come to a much better conclusion for you. You want someone who can... Oh my God, that's so dirty. You want someone who can look at your skin in detail and be able to tell you what you need, what's working for you, what's not working. I'm great. I'm pretty good at my job, if I must say so myself. But this is me talking to my camera. I can't even see your skin right now. So some of the stuff I say may not apply. But if you're taking notes, I'm going to tell you exactly when and where something may or may not apply to you. Now that I've gotten that out the way, I'm going to start with some skin commandments, if you will. These are some just really solid bullet points that I want you to take note of, and always keep this front of mind whenever you are encountering a new skincare professional and new skincare products, okay? I'm going to read them off. These skin commandments are included in, I give these out to every single new client I have that comes into Glowdega. So we're going to start off with number 1, which is always patch test. The best area to patch test new products is going to be like right here, behind the earlobe, where kind of like where your neck and jawline meet. You want to patch test any new product for about 48 hours prior to full facial use. And I think patch testing is really crucial to ensure that you won't have any negative reactions to any new skincare products. So if you listen to something today, if you're inspired to buy anything new that you've never tried, especially if it's a formulation or if it contains ingredients that you've never tried before, patch test first. Our second skin commandment is going to be the 1 product rule. Just try everything one at a time. I get a lot of clients who switch to completely new routines. They go and buy whole entire sets or whole entire systems and start using everything all at once. And then their face is a mess. Skin starts freaking out. One, they didn't do our first skin commandment, which is patch testing. But when you introduce one product at a time, it ensures that your skin responds well. Okay, so if you're going to get a bunch of products at once, just try one new product in your routine every 2 weeks. Okay, and that's going to be for every single new product you try. So if you go out and you buy a whole set or a whole new system, it can take you like 2 to 3 months before you get through everything in there, because every 2 weeks you're trying something new, you're adding something new. You're giving your skin time to kind of see if it likes it, see if it adjusts. Our third skin commandment is going to be to respect the process. Respect the process. Different products are going to have different acclimation periods. And this is more so true for your retinoids or your exfoliating serums. Any active serum really is going to have a different acclimation period, but sometimes it could apply to cleansers as well, and even some moisturizers depending on the ingredients. It's really unreasonable to expect for a product to work for you overnight. And overnight can be 24 hours. It could even be 2 weeks. Products sometimes just, they don't work that fast. They need more time with your skin, but you should almost always notice some sort of significant result after about 6 weeks of consistent use of a product. Next on the skin commandments list, no purge patrolling. This is for my acne clientele. If you start a new regimen of any sort and you are dealing with acne, you more than likely will purge. Your skin is probably going to get a little worse before it gets better. It's just something that happens. This looks like tiny little breakouts or whiteheads. And if you maybe are also getting facial treatments along with new products, usually it subsides within about 48 hours after your facial treatment, but it doesn't mean that you had a bad facial or that the products are breaking you out. You are just purging. I promise you, if you purge for about 2 to 3 weeks, you won't be experiencing that again. If you are visiting an esthetician and you do think you may be purging, please, please, please reach out to them. Send them photos, email them, text them, whatever their preferred method of communication is, and let them work with you to get through things. Next up, I want you to beware of over-exfoliation. I feel like we get a little exfoliation happy. I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes you hear about exfoliation and you just feel like you gotta exfoliate at every step. You gotta exfoliate every single night. That might not be for your skin, you know? And especially if you're getting facials, you don't want to over-exfoliate. The facial should already be exfoliating in and of itself, so you don't want to do too much by going home and doing a bunch of exfoliation on top of recently exfoliated skin through your facial. And lastly, for our skin commandments, we have stay protected forever. Everything that you do in your routine, it's not going to matter if you're not wearing sunscreen. We need the SPF, okay? SPF stands for stay protected forever. Got it? Cool. Now, did you get all that down? Make sure you get the skin commandments down. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and write in the description box. I'm going to just put our basic skin commandments. I'm only going to put the first little sentence. I hope you took notes okay. I don't really have much more to share. If you listen to all of this and you were like, that's great, I'm glad you didn't mention any specific brand, but that was cute for you, but I need some one-on-one, I need some attention, you can go to my website and purchase a concierge service for me, and I will give you one-on-one. I'll go through your routine with you. I will set up a Zoom call with you, and we will go one by one through your routine. I will give you very specific replacements, and I'll explain to you why I'm replacing these things. But other than that, I think if you took good notes, or you can always come back to this YouTube as well, I think you got it. I don't even think you need my help, but if you do, it'll be there. I'll link it in the description box down below. If you live in the Bay Area and you're like, I have been looking for a good esthetician, what's up? Come book with me. We're going to have a good time. So I'm going to get out of here. You can follow me on social media at Fairy Glow Mother. You can book appointments with me online at www.glowdigga.com/book. You can listen to the podcast, PORE Choices, wherever you listen to podcasts, or you can just visit www.glowdigga.com/podcast. And I hope you all have a wonderful, fantastic 2025. I hope you make it great. And this is the year that you're going to glow up. I can feel it. I really feel it like in my soul. And I know that this is going to be the year for you. So, yeah. If you have any questions, you can leave them in a comment down below. I do come in and answer questions all the time from my audience or my subscribers. Oh, yeah, by the way, subscribe to this YouTube channel. Okay, I will talk to you soon. Peace.